Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today is the 26th of November, one day from Thanksgiving, and yeah, we got a very nice slate of games here today for the NBA. So, as normal, if you guys do enjoy the video, leave a like. I definitely do appreciate it, and also hit that subscribe button for more NBA FanDuel, DraftKings, and PrizePicks lineup advice videos. We also have our premium still going on for you guys. We do have our $6 day pass. We do have a Thanksgiving sale for our season pass. Season pass is usually 120, but it is down to $85, and that deal will end on the 28th. So you got about a day and a half to get that deal in there, and that's a pretty dang good deal. Includes the rest of the season and the first two rounds of the playoffs. Yeah, like I said, that deal ends on the 28th. So to get in on that, check us out on our Twitter. That'll be in the comment section below. And also, yeah, right, like I said, it's right here, KNA Mafia. So definitely check us out. If you do not have Twitter, we do have our email as well. It will be down there. Message us, and we'll get you guys all set up as well. So yeah, we do have a pretty big slate of games today. So we're gonna briefly go through some of them and dive into others. So let's get into the first one. We have the New York Knicks taking on Charlotte Hornets. We have a 241.5 and a 6.5 spread here by New York in this one. So for the most part, these teams are healthy, quote unquote. Really don't mind looking at Brunson. We know how Charlotte is, right? We know the Charlotte defense is not that great. Speaking of them, let's go look at their DVP real quick. All right, as you see here, not good against power forwards, point guards, small forwards. So literally just kind of have at it wherever you want to. Point guards, Charlotte gives up 3.1 3-pointers per game and 8.7 assists and a lot of steals. So really good spot here for Brunson. I really don't mind Hart and Towns as well. All these guys should be in play, and it's only on a 6.5. So they expect this game to be pretty competitive, and it's a 240. So I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of these New York guys go a little bit under owned just because there's other good plays out there. But I mean, Brunson, Towns, and Hart are definitely in really good spots here, right? And Mikal Bridges as well, but Hart's a little bit cheaper. But I think they're all in really good spots. I think Hart would probably be on the outside looking in just because of his price tag, but besides that, really don't mind that. And then over here on Charlotte, I don't have a ton really going on. I mean, it is a 240, right? So they're gonna have to score a little bit here. Let's go see if New York is lacking anywhere. Shooting guards and power forwards, it looks like. The shooting guards are giving up 4 3-pointers per game, and then the assists are pretty high too. So, I mean, you could go look at Brandon Miller here at only 6,200. Nobody's going to have him, but in GPPs at 62, he can definitely get you, 30 to 35 fancy points. So, maybe look at him. So, really don't mind, like I said, the New York side of that one. Indiana and Toronto. We got a 234 and a 10.5 here by Toronto. So yeah, man, Toronto's been playing a lot better. I mean, I don't mind, really don't mind Toronto, but like I said, it's a 10.5 spread here. Siakam could have a a quote unquote revenge game here. I guess he's been pretty dang solid. Barnes, like I said, he's right where he should be. Sandro, you could look at him at 4,800 in GPPs only. He's been half decent, but limited on minutes. Um, You can look at Jacob Poeltl if you want, but I don't have a ton. Like I said, I would look at Siakam and Benedict's back too. Yeah, so probably just Siakam in this one. All right, gonna move on. In this one, Minnesota and Oklahoma City. So we have a 227.5 and an 8.5 spread. So Shea is questionable with it, but with an 8.5 spread, that tells me he's probably going to be playing in this game. um, Unless Mitchell's out. I mean Edwards, yeah. So to me, Shea's playing in this one with an 8.5 spread. If he's not, then Mitchell and a lot of these guys come to play Carson Wallace, but I think he's going to be playing in this one. Um, yeah, I don't mind looking at AJ Mitchell. I don't mind looking at Shea. I think both those guys are in pretty good spots. Mitchell been little limited on his minutes recently. I mean, shoot, not really cheap. You got Lou Dort, but it's just hard taking flyers on these guys. Um, got Chet Holmgren here at 72. He hasn't been doing the greatest either. So one of those games that I think I'm going to watch, but I'm not really going to have a lot of fancy exposure to unless Shea's out. But I don't expect him to be. All right, moving on. Milwaukee and Miami. So this one's going to should be a good one. 237.5, 8.5 spread. So the 8.5 tells me that Giannis probably not going to play in this game. He's been questionable for a little bit with a abductor ever since the one day I bet on him. He got injured, so that's awesome. But yeah, I mean, Miami really does play fast, so there is a little, it's definitely a up pace here for Milwaukee, even though they could be slight blowout. Point guard and centers where Miami struggles. Give up a ton of 3-pointers, 3.7 per game to point guards, 8.7 assists, 2.5 steals. So Ryan Rollins in a pretty solid spot. He is 77, but he definitely's been earning it, which the turnovers would go down a little bit. But besides that, Ryan Rollins, yeah, he's been in a really good spot. And they struggle against center, so there's Miles Turner. Miles Turner's really been all over the place. He really, really has been. I mean, they do have Amon back, so keep that in mind. But he's definitely still worth a look in this one. And let's go look at the Milwaukee defense just real quick. And then for Milwaukee, they struggle at point guards and small forwards and shooting guards, as you can see with the 3-pointers 3.2, 3, and 3.7. So Milwaukee's given up a ton of 3-pointers. So, and Miami is really injured today. We'll talk about that in a second. I think a lot of people are going to be on Tyler Hero. I mean, if not, then I'll be on him at 7,600. He's going to go up to over 9,000 here in like a week, so just keep that in mind. I know he's still slightly, quote unquote, limited on minutes, but if he was limited 29 minutes his first game, I'll still take 30, 31 minutes from him at 7,600. Yeah, I mean, give me Tyler Hero all day. I will sign up for that one. And then, yeah, let's go look at the Miami side real quick. So, like I said, Miami is slightly hurting in this one. So we do have Drew Smith, which is questionable. Norman Powell is probable, but groin strain, so those always sometimes come up during the game. We have Jaime Jaquez questionable. Andrew Wiggins is questionable. Nikola Jovic is also questionable. So yeah, they got a lot of question marks going on. Let's just say all these dudes are out. I don't think they will be, but if they're all out, Simon Fasciano comes into play. Keyshawn Johnson comes into play. Let's say Wiggins and Jovic are out. Jaquez is definitely still worth a look off the bench. So, yeah, I don't have a ton of Norman Powell. I think in GPPs put him in there, but like I said, Hero is going to affect his usage rate, and we're just going to have to see how it goes. Then we got Ware and Bam. I think they're both worth a look, but like I said, Milwaukee's pretty good defending down low. Memphis and New Orleans, 235 and 3.5. So they're expecting this one to be pretty fast, competitive. We got Vince Williams at 62. I love him, not love him, like him, but the biggest thing with him is his minutes are low. His usage rate on the offense is low. He's doing good on rebounds and assists, so I love that. But keep in mind, he's 6,200 now, and he's only playing in the low 20s. So he's kind of getting to that point where he's not really worth it as much. Moving over to shooting guard, same thing. Like Cedric Coward has just been terrible. I mean, I could definitely see him popping off here. Minutes have been limited, but he's been terrible the last two games. But 5,500 and almost 240 total. Definitely give him a shot. Cam Spencer as well at 4,300. Like I said, Pelicans defense is terrible. So sign me up with Cam Spencer. Still really, really cheap, playing in the low 20s minutes overall. So really don't mind him. And then same thing with Jalen Wells. Another guy, a little bit more sketchy, but he's playing in the upper 30s in the last couple games, and he had 22 points last time out. But he is a very all over the place shooter, so keep that one in mind. Don't really have too much going else. Queen's always in play. Senta Almada could be in play if Zach Edey's out. Same thing as Jock Landale. Dude's been popping off recently. and don't mind a little bit of Zion. So keep an eye on that game. Pretty good total overall. Phoenix and Sacramento. Congratulations, Sacramento. Finally got a win after just a little bit of time. We have a 233.5 and a 4.5 spread. It's a little bit more respect now for Sacramento. But still, yeah, not the greatest defense out there, as we know. So let's go look at Sacramento defense real quick. And as you see, centers, point guards, and shooting guards, that's really where they struggle. So really don't mind looking at Booker. I think Westbrook comes into play. Gillespie again, if Dennis Schroeder's out, Malik Monk comes into play. DeRozan's really cheap at 6,700. Keegan Murray playing mid 30s, almost 40 minutes. Sign me up at 6,300. I think Dylan Brooks comes into play in GPPs as well. Mark Williams at 58. I will take him in GPPs, and also Drew Eubanks in GPPs only just because it's a revenge game. Moving on a little bit quicker, Houston and Golden State. I don't really have a ton in this game. I think Alfred Sengun is looking pretty solid. Draymond Green's really cheap at 5.5. I mean, like I said, going to be a really good game on paper. I just don't know how much I have in this one, but guys like Curry and Jimmy Butler definitely can pop off. We know that. And moving on to San Antonio and Portland, just real quick. If Sharp continues to be out, you know, definitely continue feeding Denny Avila. Julian Champagne's another guy that has been doing pretty good off the bench the last couple for the Spurs. And it's going to be a pretty high-paced game here. So Keldon Johnson comes into play. Devin Vassell comes into play. And really don't mind looking at Donovan Klingman either here. I think he's in a half-decent spot. I know it says it's hard on paper, but I'm not too afraid of Luke Cornett. I just think Klingman could probably get you, shoot, 30, 35 points, and a lot of people may not have this guy. So really don't mind this slate overall. If you guys want to come join a $6 day pass, that's all it is. Less than a cup of coffee for two lineups. We can do FanDuel or DraftKings for you guys, or one of each. And like I said, we have our Thanksgiving season pass sale, $85. That's it. Very, very cheap. And we've been, for the most part, last couple weeks, pretty consistent. So we'll love for you guys to come join us. Like I said, you're going to be saving over $40 in savings. So why not come join us? We would love to have you. And that includes the first two rounds of the playoffs as well for season pass. So our Twitter will be in the comment section below. Click that link. We'll take you right to our Twitter. And also, like I said, our email will be down there. Message us, and we'll get you guys all set up. So thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys all have a very good Thanksgiving and a happy one as well. And we will see you guys back here on Friday, right, or Saturday, one of those days when we're back. So, all right, once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys here in the next one.